phone ran out of memory. That's alright. It gave me a chance to allow this to sit a little bit. I'm evening the edges, stretching it, because these are 2.5 inch wide limbs, and 2.5 inches is really the maximum that I can buy rawhide. So I do have to start in the center, in some spots near the widest part, and pull it apart so it meets the edges. I don't like looking straight down and seeing wood. Well, I'm letting it sit and set up, so when I wrap it, I don't risk pulling the rawhide over. I'm going to talk about what happens after you unwrap it and let it dry for a day. You don't have to let it dry for months like you do to fully cure sinew. After 24 hours, 36 hours, wait at least 24 hours before you do any sanding to clean up the edges. I take a wooden sanding block. I don't use my flexible sanding block. I use a wooden one with 120 grit. Don't use 80 on this. It's too rough. And kind of feather it. Thin the edges. Even it up. If you have overlap over the limbs at 120 grit, we'll get rid of it because you want nice and even edges. And then follow that up with, what's the next grit? 320? 320. And 320 will smooth it out. You will get kind of a whitish sandy mark here, but when you finish it, that'll disappear. You do want to have smooth and even. And if you want to do a fadey dye pattern like on this, or paint it, it's all the better. I've noticed that if I use acrylic paint watered down, you don't want to have it watery, and you paint designs on it, when you take a foam brush and put your water-based poly, it may remove like a little bit of the paint, but I like it because it gives it an antique look, having it kind of like the paint designs kind of thinned and disappearing in spots. That's actually a really neat effect. These should be art bows, not just like user bows. So, feel it. Just take your finger and I'm testing it to see if it's going to slide off. No, it's bounding off. I have the right amount of glue, just enough, not too much. My edges are already really neat, and now it's time to go mummy bow. I have 2 rolls and then a partial because I think I cut one of these things off. And I shall start wrapping it always on the handles. Now, the most important part when you're wrapping in sinew or rawhide is having even pressure as you're doing the wraps. If you ease off and then tug on it, it's going to pull. But if you have an even pressure as you're doing your spiral wrap with your ace bandage or gauze, you're going to run less of a risk of pulling it off to the side, dislodging it. I wait till the last moment to do this. I don't want it to dry and shrink, but I also don't want it to shift. Shifting is a big thing. It's not going to hurt the bow, but I sell these things, so I have a certain standard to maintain. Getting started, I think this is the thicker roll. I don't know. In the handle. And it's kind of loose at this point because I don't want to start pulling. There we go. And because I let it set up, I can spin it on my leg without causing any damage. I'm not gorilla pulling it, but I do have decent pressure. Don't bump that tip. John, don't bump the tip! The nice thing about gauze being thinner than ace bandage is that you can actually feel the edge, and you know if you slip. Even pressure. And once the gauze hits my leg, then I don't need to worry so much. It's when that rawhide hits. And it should pull off when I unroll it because I let it dry a little bit on the edges. Yep, this was the thin roll. Not enough gauze to make it to the other side, but that's enough to secure it. Short roll. Start over my previous mummying. Watching my edges, making sure I'm not going to see bare wood on the back. Making sure I'm not hitting cats and walls with that other tip as I'm spinning it in space. Guiding that edge, pulling the rawhide as I'm spinning. Pulling that over the tip, and this is important. Getting that gauze over the end to help push it down. Oh, not much extra. Not much extra, but enough. Now I can feel that edge through the rawhide, or through the gauze. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now, that's the overlapping part right there. I'm going to pull that when I start wrapping. Don't want to slide that edge over with my leg. Actually, I'm not going to make contact with the rawhide at all with my leg. I'm spreading gauze too, so it's wide. Moving my leg out, supporting it. Smoothing. I just captured the end. I might as well back it up. Just take that rest of that gauze, tuck it under, check my edges because I can feel them through that thin gauze. I can even adjust them a little bit. There. It's early in the morning, it's only about 10:30, so I can, in 12 hours, unwrap it, take a look at it, be in awe of my smooth job. Yeah. will still be drying for a while and I want to support it. And then tomorrow morning, I am going to take my sanding block with my 120 grit and clean up the edges, clean up that end because it's hanging over at this point, and follow it up with 320 grit. And then if I want to paint it or dye it, this is so great. I don't know if you can see that, the fadey black with the color of the rawhide. Oh, camouflage. And then I am not going to cut my pin knocks in those. I'm not going to bend it for another 3 or 4 days. And that is it. Wasn't that easy? You can work back with rawhide on carpet, watching Netflix, not getting glue everywhere. Nice smooth edge. Oh, sometimes I do this. Just if you hear creaks and weird noises, it means that you've got air bubbles. That's silent. That's good. I can bias and go off the side, making sure I've got glue on the edges. That's totally dead silent, so it's stuck down and there's no wrinkles, no air bubbles, no nothing. Just good solid craftsmanship. Thank you for watching part 2. Have a great day, and if you have any questions about rawhide backing, just let me know. I'll answer.